Hi, good evening, all of you. Hi, good evening, all of you. Hi, good evening, all of you. Hope you are able to view me. Hope you are able to see the screen, right? And let us start our today's discussion. Hope I am audible to all of you. Yeah, thank you, Mr. Kalpesh Patil, for confirming me. So today, I searched for some questions and their answers because somebody asked me the question about the KPI and what should be the KPIs and so what I thought that whether KPI is just an internal or it is the concept originating from some GMP regulatory guidelines. So that is the reason I searched a lot of guidelines and that also we are going to discuss about some KPIs. Then we will discuss about some requirements about the self inspections and all. So this is what the today's topic. Today's topic is based on the pharmaceutical quality system related the questions. So I will discuss some questions, and with the questions I will discuss what is the expectations by the different regulatory agencies and what is the reference to that regulatory agencies. That will also I will share you. If you need any reference, I will share the link also. You can download the guideline and you can go through that guideline. So this is what just a brief about our today's discussion. Okay, so now let us start our today's discussion with respect to the pharmaceutical quality system. So my name is Hitendra Kumar Shah. I am a CGMP compliance consultant, trainer and auditor from NADH plus GXP compliance services. Okay, I have audited so many sites, more than 500 sites I have audited. So some observations what I feel from most of the companies, that also I will share while our discussion. So without wasting time, let us start what we are going to discuss today. So today we will discuss about these key four questions. The first question, just now I was discussing with you, related to the whether GMP guideline expects to have a quality KPI, means key performance indicators. The question with respect to this is whether this KPI terminology is used by any guideline. That we will discuss, and what are the expectations behind this, that also we will discuss. The second question is, most of the GMP guidelines, if you go through any GMP guideline like FDA, EU GMP, WHO, a common statement about personnel is there. What is that? An adequate number of personnel should be present. That is a common comment or statement is there in the guideline. So the question is, what is meant by adequate? How to identify whether the personnel are adequate or not, this also we will discuss, of course, with the reference of the guidelines. So what guideline expects from the terminology adequate, that I will present you just exactly. I will take the content from the guideline. I will display you what is expected from the guideline. Okay, these are not my words. I will explain exactly in line with the guideline. Third question, many people think that self-inspection and quality audits are the same. So really these are the same? Many people think that it is the same. So we will discuss on these aspects and how they are different from each other, that also we will discuss. And of course, whatever mentioned in the guideline, that I will be presenting, okay? And the last question is whether the internal audit reports can be accessed by the FDA. So when FDA is coming for the inspections, whether they can ask for the internal audit report and whether we are bound to share this FDA, this internal audit report to the FDA or not, that also we will discuss. So these four questions we will be discussing. And before going to further discussion, a brief disclaimer: this video, this recording, this training, whatever I am conducting, it is in line with the current guidelines. I will give the reference to the guideline also. I am putting during my discussion, I am putting some logo of the respective guideline. You can go through that logo, or even I am giving the guideline also, the name of the guideline. You can search in the Google and you will get that guideline. Okay. So my point is, if you want to implement, I suggest, I request all of you to go through the guideline in detail, and then only you need to implement based on the this session. This is just for the training purpose to all of you, to make you aware and to trigger the thought process of all the people. Okay. So let us discuss about the first question, and the first question is whether GMP guideline expects to have quality KPI. KPI means key performance indicators. Do the guideline use the KPI terminology? So as this question was asked one of our members, so I searched in the guideline and I got one guideline. The guideline is the the GMP for API how to do document. This is the guideline. It is nothing but the interpretation of the ICH guideline. So basically this interpretation of the ICH guideline is done by the CEFIC and APIC guide both together, and they prepare a document or guidance document to understand about the ICH Q7. So in that document the answer to this question is given. Okay, so yes, this concept KPI, quality KPI, is a part of the guideline, and what is the expectation, that we will discuss as per this guideline. Okay, so the answer to this question is yes, management is responsible for promoting and maintaining the quality culture, such as by monitoring of the quality culture key performance indicators. So the people who are working in the pharma company, they need to have a KPIs with respect to the quality culture. This is the expectation by the this how to do document interpretation of the ICH Q7 guideline. Okay, further what is explained in this guideline, let us discuss about this. So what are the examples of quality culture KPI? So some examples are also given by the guideline. Okay, again these are not my example, these are given from the guideline. If you wish, you can go through this guideline in detail. So what are the examples to monitor quality culture KPI? The first is Gemba walk. So how many Gemba walks will be done by the concerned persons, that has to be part of the quality culture KPI. Present one or two topics to operators related to the quality incident happened recently. So the KPI should be, you need to go to the operator level, you need to discuss with the operators, and you need to discuss maybe one, two topics related to the current quality incidents happened. So that also should be the part of the quality culture KPI. The third KPI may be operators are given the chance to follow customer audits and questions raised during the audit. So when the third KPI is what? Operator need to give the chance to follow the customer audit. So how the answers to be given, how to respond to the inspectors or auditors, so operators should be exposed to the customer audits or the customer audits or the the inspections, so that they will able to understand what are the expectations by the customers or the regulators. The next is GMP catch of the week values. So what are the the valued in during the week? This is not a week means not a this one WEEK. Okay, this is exactly the spelling from the guideline. So in the whole week, what are the GMP catch? Maybe some key thing, maybe some observations by the inspectors in the other companies or your own parent company, or maybe some new requirements. That GMP catch need to be valued, that has to be discussed. And reward, if somebody is having some the proposals and all related to some GMP culture and culture improvements and all, so you need to have some rewards. So that also should be the part of the KPI. Why it is required to reward? To have a continuous quality improvement proposal. So if there are the rewards, then there will be the continuous quality improvement proposal. So that also can be a part of the quality culture KPI. Hope you got this point. These are expectations from exactly in line with the guideline. Okay, hope you got the point clearly, right? If you have any questions, you please put your questions in the comment section. I will reply to your questions. The next question is, as per the GMP guideline, an adequate number of personnel should be present. Correct? This is, we are getting this statement in everywhere. So what do you mean by adequate, and how to identify whether the personnel are adequate or not? So the answer to this is again given in the same guideline. GMP for API, how to do document, interpretation of ICH Q7 guide. So this guideline is prepared jointly by APIC and CEFIC guide. Okay. If you wish, you can put your question. I will put the link to the to this guideline in the description section. You can access that guideline from the description section. Okay. So how you can ensure verification of the presence of an adequate number of personnel could be challenged by evaluation of timely handling of quality related systems. So if all deviation, kappa, complaints are all timely handled, there is no extensions or excursions continuously basis, then you have the adequate number of people in that particular area. And the second, how you can evaluate workload, how much workload or how much backlog in the quality unit, how much backlog is there, how many pending activities are there in quality unit, how much pending activities are in the production, engineering, maintenance and other departments. That you need to evaluate, and based on that you will come to know whether the personnel are adequate or not. These 2 points are given in the guideline. Okay, I directly taken these points from the guideline. Further, what is expectations by the the APIC, that I will tell you. The APIC guideline advises each company to establish a system. So when you are discussing about the adequacy of the manpower, you need to have a system. You need to develop the system. Example is given a competence matrix, that at what extent the person competency, the persons and what are the competencies. So you need to have a matrix, competency matrix for all the people as a tool to manage adequate number of properly qualified personnel. Why it is required? The reason is, sometime what happen, you may have sufficient people, sufficient or more manpower, but whether all are competent in a different roles or only focus on a specific role, that has to be also evaluated. So the adequate number of adequate people means not only based on the number of the people. Please try to understand. Adequate means not only based on the number of the people, but whether the competency is suitable to overall carry out all the different functions. That is what the point, whether we are missing any points as a part of our quality systems or not. How you will come to know? When you will prepare the quality the competence matrix of all the people, then you will come to know that any people is lacking any competency or any particular aspect is oversight, that you will come to know, and based on that you will able to work out. Okay, so the point is here, clarity is adequate number of people means not only with respect to the number basically, but with respect to the competency also. This is clarified by APIC guideline. Hope this is also clear to all of you. Again, I am requesting, if you have any question, please put your questions in the comment section. I will respond to your question. Right now, the next question. Next question is what? Whether the self-inspection and quality audits are same. Many people are getting confused about these two terminologies. Self-inspection and quality audits are same, but no. Answer to the question is straight away no. And this answer is in line with the guideline WHO, World Health Organization, WHO guideline Annex 2, GMP for pharmaceutical products, main principles. So what are the expectations by WHO GMP with respect to the self-inspection and with respect to the quality audit? That is explained now. We will discuss this same thing, right? It may be useful to supplement self-inspection with a quality audit. So what WHO expects? WHO expects that you need to have a self-inspection procedure practice. At the same time, you need to have a procedure practice for a quality audit also. Both should be supplement each other. Now, what does it mean? That is explained in the next slide. Okay, there will be some couple of second will be delay from this interface what I am using, but don't worry. Okay, I am with you. So what is the self-inspection? That is explained by the WHO here. Very clear. Very clear. Okay. The purpose of self-inspection is to evaluate the manufacturer's compliance with GMP in all aspects of production and QC. So what is the purpose of the self-inspection? Whether the manufacturer or the site, how it is compliant to the GMP, whether all GMP practices are followed or not, that is evaluation is nothing but the self-inspection. The self-inspection program should be designed to detect, means to identify any shortcomings in the implementation of the GMP. So self-inspection program is designed to identify any non-conformities or maybe in shortcomings, or maybe some you can say the the practically which cannot be followed, what type of GMP requirements could not be followed, that need to be evaluated during the self inspection. And then based on that evaluation, there should be recommendation, some on the basis of this evaluation there should be some recommendation and corrective action, so that the site can implement the GMP requirements properly. Okay, so basically the self inspection is there any shortcomings where we are not able to comply the particular GMP requirement, that needs to be identified as a part of the self inspection. This is the meaning of a self inspection. Now what is meant by quality audit? So the quality audit requirements, or what is meant by quality audit, this is all explained in this slide. Okay, again I'm telling there will be some couple of seconds delay will be there, plus please be with me. Okay, I will explain you. I will not take much time here, 5 to 10 minutes more. Okay, a quality audit consists of an examination and assessment of all or part of a quality system with the specific purpose of improving it. So quality audit is what? Examination and assessment of all quality system or maybe the part of the quality system, and the purpose should be to improve it. So for example, whole quality system you can evaluate, or for example some part, maybe like suppose only cleaning validation, maybe like only laboratory OS, maybe like only process validation, maybe only control of cross contamination in the facility, maybe only risk management in the facility. So only small part, specific part, or maybe the whole. And the purpose of this quality audit is improve, continuous improvement. A quality audit is usually conducted by outside or independent specialist or a team designated by the management for this purpose. Very clear. So this can be done by the outside or the independent specialist or a team. Why it is required outsiders and all? Because it is always required to have a third eye, because the people who are working in the site, they are only doing the self inspection, so they may not able to detect some points of improvement. But when you take it this from the outside or any independent specialist or a consultant, then the consultant or the specialist or the outside person is visiting so many companies, so many sites. So when that person sees that site, sees that practices, procedures, systems, immediately the person may able to understand and will immediately escalate this point, yeah, that you need to take care of some specific points, take care of some specific aspects. So to have a third eye view and to have a better understanding on the systems and all for continuous improvement purpose, it has to be done by outside or independent specialist or a team. Such audits may also be extended to suppliers and contractors. So such a type of the audits can be done to the suppliers or contractors, because what happen when you are purchasing any material and from some supplier, or you may be taking some support from the contractors, you are going for audit for that particular suppliers or contractor, there may be the benefit there may be some same purpose of the business, so so when you are doing the audit, most of the time what happen, the business plays very important role. So for example, suppose if you have, suppose, own API manufacturing facilities and own formulation facility, and suppose for your formulation, suppose you are purchasing the API from your own site, correct, own parent site. So what happened, the supplier audit, when your own team is internal team is doing, in that case there may be conflict of interest. To avoid that conflict of interest, it is always recommended that that type of audits, supplier audits or contractor audits, should be done by the outside or independent specialist or a team, because the purpose is to improve, continuously improve the things. Hope this point is also clear and my voice is also clear. If you have any question, again you can go back in the video and you can go through this in clearly, because only from presentation you will not understand the details. Okay, so that is what I just want to explain you. And the last question in the today's training session or today's discussion is the internal audit reports, whether these internal audit reports can be accessed by FDA. So there is one compliance policy guide. FDA is having the compliance policy guide and FDA need to follow that. So you have your SOPs, right? As you are working in the pharma, you have your own SOP and you need to follow your SOPs, right? So same way, the inspectors, FDA inspectors, they have their compliance policy guide and they need to comply that guideline. Hope you got my point. So what is the number of the guideline? CPG, Compliance Policy Guide, CPG section 13.300. So what is the expectation under that guideline? That I have specified in couple of slides. I will explain you so that you will understand in a better way. So answer to this question is that FDA announced its policy not to review or copy a firm's records and reports that result from audits of a quality assurance program. When such audits are conducted according to the firm's written procedure, firm's written quality assurance program at any regulated entity. So the point is very clear that FDA will not review your internal audit report or will not ask a copy of that. Very clear. What is the purpose of this? That is also clarified here. Why? Why the internal audit report will not be accessed by FDA? The reason, the intent is, the intention of the policy is to encourage the firms to conduct quality assurance program or quality assurance program audits and inspection that are candid and meaningful. Now, what does it mean? It means that the self-inspection program should be genuinely followed. Now, you will say, we are following our SOP and all, but I told you that I have audited so many sites, maybe more than 500 sites I have audited till date. And I come to know that when I am reviewing the self-inspection, I am also telling the same thing, that I am not interested in your self-inspection report. Just tell me, if you have audited the quality control, production or any department, how many observations are identified? And surprisingly, sometimes zero observation, sometimes only one observation, sometimes only two observations, hardly 1 to 2 observations maximum. And this inspection, self-inspection, will be carried by a team of 4 different people from different departments, and inspection will be for maybe 4 to 5 hours. Now tell me how it is possible that the 4 people are inspecting or auditing that particular department, only one department, focused for 4 hours minimum, and 0 or 1 or 2 observations. It is practically not possible. It indicates that the inspections done are not in a genuine way. The inspections are not candid and not meaningful. You got my point? So the intention of the FDA is the self-inspection should be in a very candid and meaningful way, or it should be very genuinely way. That is what, because if the many people have the doubt or maybe some the question in the mind that if I raise so many points, 15-20 points, then there will be the problem by the agency. No, agency is not interested in your observations and all, but yes, agency will be interested as a result of this observation, whatever you have taken the actions. For example, if suppose you are doing the self inspection, that is, this is also explained in the guideline. Okay, example also given. So for example, suppose you are doing the self inspection and you come to know that during the manufacturing process some temperature need to increase, process parameter need to increase, you identified, or maybe some time you need to increase, whatever. So what you have to do, you have to follow your change control practice or procedure, and then you need to implement this change. Now FDA will not be interested in the auditing the review of the inspection audit report and observations and all, but yes, FDA will be interested in the action plan, whether you have read the change control, if it is a major or as per your specific major or critical nature of the change control, or some very important change control, process related and all, whether it is communicated to your customer, whether you followed your SOP, that way FDA will be look into that. But FDA will not be look into that what are the observations are given and whether that observation are now complied or not. FDA will not be interested in that. Okay, so what exactly type of observations and all, FDA will not be interested. FDA will be interested in the how it is being solved, and further what FDA will be go through that, that is also clarified in this guideline. So FDA will not be interested in the exact audit report or observation. So what FDA will be expect, so this is what the given. During routine inspections and investigations conducted at any regulated entity, there has a written quality assurance program. FDA will not review or copy reports and records that results from audits and inspection of the written quality assurance program. Correct? This we discuss now. So what FDA will be go through that? FDA may seek written certification that such audits and inspection have been implemented, performed and documented, and that are required corrective actions has been taken. So what FDA will ask? FDA will ask about whether show me your self inspection schedule. Okay, as per the schedule, whether the self inspection is completed, tell me the date when it is completed, whether it is documented, yes or no, yes, and whether any kappa is taken, whether it is closed or not, that way FDA will ask the information. So if you wish, you can prepare a self inspection summary report, and that summary report should have these 4-5 points, and that can be shared with the FDA. This guideline, the compliance policy guideline link is I am giving here, but maybe the font is less and you may not able to copy. What I will do after this session, I will put this link in the description section so that you can go through that. If you are interested in other guideline also, that also you confirm me in the comment. I will put that also in the description section after this completion of this training session. Hope this is very clear to all of you. Okay, this is what our today's 4 topics I discussed. Okay, if you have any questions, you can contact me through this number. Okay, and you can please, I kindly request all of you to please subscribe this YouTube channel, because I am creating this YouTube as a free learning platform to all of you, so that everybody will get benefit from the free learning on different topics and clarification of different doubts through this platform. So please subscribe this YouTube channel, and if you have any questions, you can put in the comment section, and please also you can share this to your colleagues also, so that they will also get benefit from this learning. Okay, because when we are discussing about the quality culture, so 1 or 2 people cannot make a culture in the pharma. So all the people need to be trained and upgraded. All people should be in the same level. So if you expect that all people should be in the same level, then please share this to all your colleagues or your internal WhatsApp group. You can share the link so that they will also go through that and will be clear from all the aspects. That is what from my side. Thank you so much. I request all of you to subscribe this YouTube channel. Thank you so much, and ensure all time compliance. Thank you. And now let me just go through quickly about some responses given by the or questions given by the our team members. Okay. uh, Mr. Kalpesh Patel is asking, FD auditor shall ask self-inspection. So answer I already given, no, they will not ask. Okay. Do they provide any format to prepare competency matrix? No, Mr. Kalpesh Patil, your question is correct about the format and all, but nobody will ask about nobody will give the format. You decide how you can make it. Okay. Maybe you can, the horizontally you can put some GMP activities, all the GMP activities, and vertically you can put the name of the people, and accordingly you verify that how many people are compliant to the particular activities and all, and is there any activities lacking, that also, that way also you can make it. Okay, I think there are no much questions, so if you have any questions you can put in the chat box, because already half an hour is over. Thank you so much, uh, and ensure all time compliance, and please, I request all of you to subscribe this YouTube channel. Thank you so much. Now I am ending the stream. After this training also, if you have any question, you put in the comment section. Okay, because this chat box will be closed now, right? Great. See you.